Alright, I'm going to try recording with my toddler in the room, so we're going to see how that goes. If you can hear her screaming in the background and causing a ruckus, don't worry about that. I'm going to do a extended Sunburst granny square today because I need to make some more for my blanket anyway. If you stick around to the end, I'll show you a neat trick for finishing off granny squares. To start, we're going to start with a magic circle and then 16 double crochet. You can either start with a chain 3 in the magic ring or a standing double crochet like I used. Once we've got 16 in the circle, I'll meet you back here. Once we've got 16 double crochet, we're going to pull the tail to tighten, and then we're going to slip stitch into the top of our first stitch or chain 3, whichever you did. Then we're going to chain 2 and do a puff stitch in the first stitch in every stitch around, so we'll have 16 puff stitches. You just insert your hook, pull up a loop, and do that 3 times. At the end, yarn over, pull through what should be 7 loops on your hook, chain 1, into the next, and all the way around. I also had somebody ask on my Sunburst granny square video how to start a new round without changing color, and you'll see how in this video because I just used color changing yarn. Once we have 16 puff stitches, we're going to slip stitch to this first gap after our first puff stitch. And the next round is going to be double crochet 4 together. We're going to start with a chain 2 to get to the right height, and then we're going to double crochet 3 together because that will count. The chain 2 counts as the first leg of the double crochet 4 together. Whoops. Here we go. We'll have 4 loops on the hook after this one, chain 2, and then double crochet 4 together in the next stitch or the next space and every space around. So you want a double crochet 4 together between every puff stitch. There's 4. We'll have 5 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all of them, and then chain 2. Once we have 16 of those, I'll meet you back here. Once we've got 16 double crochet 4 together, we're going to slip stitch to this first space after our first cluster, chain 2, and then this is the round that makes it extended from a normal Sunburst granny square. We're going to double crochet 5 together in this round, so we're going to double crochet 4 together for this first one. Whoops. There we go. And then chain 3 after these clusters. So double crochet 5 together in the next space and every space around. Chain 3 after every cluster. And I will meet you back at the beginning of this round to join. Once we've got 16 double crochet 5 together, separated by chains of 3, we're going to go ahead and slip stitch to this first space and start our final round, which is the round that has varying heights of stitches. I'm going to start with a standing double crochet, but you can start with a chain 3 if you'd like. For this round, I'm going to go ahead and do 4 of each in each chain. I just like how it looks better, but you can do 3 if you like. Starting with double crochet, I'm starting in the middle of a side, or towards the end of the side. This will be the first corner. So we're going to put 4 treble crochet, chain 2, 4 treble crochet. There's 2, 3, 4, chain 2, and then 4 more treble crochet. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And normally when your work is curling like this, you would go up a hook size, but I committed to this hook size when I started this granny square blanket, and I'm stubborn, so I'm just making it work. And in the next space, we're going to do 4 double crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the next space, we're going to put 4 half double crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3, oh my god, 4. Back to double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another treble crochet corner here. So we're going to go treble crochets in the corner, so 4 treble crochet, 2 chain, 4 treble crochet, and then a round of double crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet, and then back to the corner. We're going to do that all the way around. When we get right here, I'm going to show you something really neat. Alright, once we're at the end of this round, we're going to snip our yarn, leave a decent sized tail, and we're going to pull the crochet hook straight up out of the work. We are. What is it, baby? Okay, one sec. Okay, we'll have threaded our yarn through a tapestry needle, and we are going to go front to back in the next stitch after the next one. So we're going to skip this stitch and go into the second out of the 4. So that we're going to create like a fake stitch. So that way it doesn't mess up our stitch count. We have to go over another stitch, otherwise it'll add 1 on this side and it will be uneven when you stitch them together. So front to back through the second stitch from where you're at, and then back loop only in the stitch that the yarn is coming out of. Just like that. And it won't have a knot on the side for you to try and work around. Just weave your ends in like normal. You'll just have to kind of hold this a little bit. That way it doesn't become super tight. Sorry, Sophie's tickling me. If you stayed until the end of this video, I love you. Don't forget to follow me if you want to see more. I'll see you next time.